Terry and Jono join us now. Thanks so much for coming in, boys. Jono, tell us a little bit about the show and how you got involved in it.
Oh, it's such a beautiful show. The producer, Andrew, contacted me a few years ago and he's like, Jono, I've got this idea of a show. And I've heard you say we live in a world that's obsessed with image and looks, and I think that's harmful for everybody. And he's like, I don't know how it's going to look, but I just know you need to be in it. And I was like, OK, tell me more. And he was like, we've got this clinic, people with visible differences come to the clinic and they feel safe. And with that safety, they're able to talk about whatever's gone in their life that may have given them a visible difference, whether they were born or if it's happened later on in life. And we just do this emotional journey with them. It's not about this before and after. It's about the journey, the emotional journey. Are you interested? And I was like, yeah.
And what's lovely about this show is it tackles everything, doesn't it, mentally? And not everybody has surgery, do they? You'll meet 14 individuals throughout the show, all on their own unique journeys. And they all approach it differently. Some is treatment, some is more emotional work, but you can't have one without the other. The emotional work is such a key part to it all. And I think everybody who watches it, they'll be able to connect with somebody or a certain emotion, like, oh, I feel like that too.
Yeah.
And, it's beautiful.
Well, Terry, let's chat to you. What happened to you back in that day in 2007 was just unimaginable. Tell us what you're comfortable with telling us. I mean, what do you remember from it?
Well, my uncle was a paranoid schizophrenic, and he was, on the day of 2007, he was looking for paranoid answers to delusions that he had going on. And he was armed with a petrol can and a lighter at the time. So that was kind of the basis of...
Yeah. What are your memories afterwards? Like, do you remember the first memory you had after the attack?
Yeah, I thought I was going to die, I'll be honest. As soon as I went to hospital, I was swelling up and I just felt like I was seeing the light, if that makes sense. I thought I was done for then.
And in the months and the years afterwards, is it just a case of you don't want to shut the door, or...?
Oh, it's such a long journey, and an emotional one, because so many things happened in that time of 3 months.
Yeah.
Learning to redo things that I'd done for so many years prior to that. And the first time, through all of that journey, they handed me a mirror for the first time. And it was like, oh, God, it was like a monster looked back at me.
Yeah.
So that was my hardest thing, I think.
Yeah,
so you just didn't... Obviously, you'd been in this massive burns incident.
Yeah.
You didn't recognise yourself at all.
No.
And then you decided to do this show. But before you did the show, you actually had a tattoo as well, didn't you?
Yes. So when I went on the show, I basically went on there because I had half eyebrows and I really wanted to get my symmetrics back on my face and my expressions. And upon doing the show, I found out that my tattoo was a mask because I was so disfigured. I put a tattoo on so that people would look at that rather than look at me.
So to distract people
from how I looked.
Is that a common thing, Jono, do you think?
I'm not sure if it's common, but it's definitely something I've done. In my teenage years, I hated my face. So during high school, one lunch break, I went to town, went to a local tattoo shop, got myself a tattoo. I was into gangster rap at the time, so I chose a crucifix, got my arm tattooed, bled so much, got wrapped up and everything, went back to school and everybody was like, oh, let's see your tattoo, let's see your tattoo. And I had all these people around me, not talking about my face, or in my head.
Yeah.
It was never really about my face. They were my friends, but in my head, it's all about my face. I need to take the attention away. Look at this. And people looked and were like, you've got a tattoo, mate. And I'm like, yeah, like instant regret. And then for the next 2 years, I had to wear jumpers around my mum. Just
See, I think the regret hasn't lasted, though. You've obviously gone down the route.
And every time my mum sees a new tattoo, she's like, oh, you ruined your beautiful skin. But I would when I was in my trauma, I would do anything to take away the attention from my face. I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to be cool. I didn't want this to be a talking point. And, yeah, there were a lot of unhealthy coping mechanisms started with food and eating sunbeds, just that obsession to fit in or to be accepted or to try and, just to please society almost. And thankfully that's passed and I'm able to turn up as my authentic self. And the more I am my authentic self, the more doors open, the more friendships I make, the more random, beautiful moments I have with random strangers.
Yeah.
And
What's lovely, when we're watching the show, what's really lovely is your connection with everybody when you have a chat. What did you get out of doing the show? You was a presenter on it. What did you get out of it?
For people like Terry and all the other amazing contributors, for them to trust me with some emotional stuff is pretty special, and it's going to really, really stay with me, and it helps me heal. And having heart-to-heart moments is just something the world needs more of. You know, we live in this social media world and technology, and we've lost that human interaction and those heart connections, and the show is all about those heart connections, sharing stories, sharing moments, sharing smiles, hugs and tears, and we need more of that. The world is full of a lot of hate at the moment, and the show just teaches us to love ourselves and love our fellow human being.
What about you, Terry?
I think Jono being the host of the show was the amazing part, because going on it, to see someone that understands what you're going through before I even started the journey, then that was special for me.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Rather than someone that hasn't been through something.
Yeah. What procedures did you end up having in the end then?
Well, I went there for hair transplants and eyebrows, which I got, and then I got my tattoo lasered off, which was probably the longest.
You literally can't even see any of it now.
No.
It's unbelievable.
But like Jono said, well, I had other tattoos before that to cover all my skin grafts, and then that was just it's changed my life since that's gone. And having my eyebrows, people say it's cosmetic, but my hair and eyebrows are so important.
It's life-changing, isn't it?
It's confidence. You need that. As a man, I had so many confidence issues that to come back with it now, feel back to my old self.
And like Jono said, it's not just about the physical treatment. It's about the emotional, psychological treatment. Yeah. How has that journey been for you since this?
What, during the show or after?
Both.
Well, it was, you know what, it was hard because I went through so many surgeries back in 2007 and 8 that I had to relive it.
Yeah, right.
Going back into surgery and recovery is the hardest because it's like a lonely journey there. You feel back to square one. And I felt like I was had to recover so many times for this. It's easy to say now because you forget it, but you've got to bear in mind that any surgeries come with like a recovery period as well.
Are you at a good place now where you can say, actually, the name of the show, Love My Face, I actually do love my face?
Yeah, do you know what the funny thing is? I feel like the title of the show now, yeah. Because I honestly do, because I sit there and I feel so good in myself.
That's so lovely.
Because I felt lost for so many years, so...
What a wonderful show.
Yeah,
What a wonderful show.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
One thing I will say as well, everybody who came onto the show, not everybody, a lot of them were like, oh, I'm not sure if I feel like I deserve to be here. We all, every single one of us, people watching at home, we all have things that we're insecure about, and we need to approach them and we need to talk about those feelings and emotions, and that's what it's about. Sometimes treatment works, sometimes it's having a chat or a hug or something. So watch the show. People are going to be able to connect with so many people and so many emotions. And yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Love My Face starts Thursday, 10 o'clock, Channel 4. You can stream all episodes then too. Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.